Absolutely. Second day of the W League Europe. Who will follow Happy and Spiral into the winners round? That's how the tournament goes. It's basically double elimination with a random draw at Playday 2 and 3. So Happy and Spiral are waiting for the winners. In the lower section, we have Spiral and Thorzane. So it's not going to be easy. Doesn't matter where you end up. We have the map vetoes here. Sonic, there we go. Sonic vetoes AZ. And we have Cash vetoing Twisted. And now, without further ado, let's go into this. Cash playing Human against Sonic's Night Off.
And if you guys didn't see it, at WGL, Cash did this already. Of course, I know I just said this a moment ago, but until then, this was complete news to us as well. And when he eliminated Foggy, we were all amazed at how strong his human play really was. Playing it pretty unusual as well. Playing AM opening, one base, and then a tier 2 rifle push with a Paladin second. And that, as far as I can remember, pretty much every single game. Todd, did you see those games? Did you have an opinion on those games?
Well, I was really shocked because it's not like he came out and then just did that. No, Foggy beat Hawk, and then he beat Thorzane, I believe, as well in this qualifier. And then Cash was like, all right, hold my beer. Like, you guys don't know how it's done. And then he beats him with Human. So I was like really, really shocked, to be honest, when I heard about that. And then I called the games and yeah, I mean, it was weird. Still, I'm not even sure how to feel about it, to be honest. Like, I guess he figured out some things and he thought he had a good chance in that matchup and somehow pulled through with it. So it's pretty impressive to be able to play multiple races at this high level.
Couldn't agree more. First hero choice here by Sonic is going to be the Demon Hunter. When we saw him most recently, Neo, wasn't it Keeper always?
It was Keeper,
right?
all the way.
Always?
Yeah, so that is a little surprise to me as well. Todd, what do you think nowadays is better, the Keeper or the Demon Hunter? What do you like to play against more?
I think it depends on players also. Like some players, they are just so good with Keeper and some others not so much. Like if you take Neutron, for example, like he's maybe the best Keeper abuser, but he couldn't play Demon Hunter to save his life. And then like you take some other players, it's like the other way around. But I feel like Sonik is actually very good with like a little bit more unconventional heroes. Like when I played against his Warden, I thought he was really good. And also Panda first. He did Panda first a bunch of times and did really well with it. And I feel like maybe if he did that against somebody like Cash, who's not a real human, so to speak, he might really be able to surprise him. But he opted for the more, I guess, standard / back to meta Demon Hunter here, with which I wonder how aggressive he'll play, because you already talked about how aggressive he usually plays. It feels like against Fast Expansion, you need to be there and harassing, but right now he's not.
And speaking of Fast Expo, this is definitely surprising me. Cash going away from the style he played against Foggy with the one base rifle pushes. Now we'll be opting for that expansion, green camp into green, so AM 2.3 thereabouts. And I don't off-race too much myself, but I feel like it always gets a lot more complicated once you get to 2 bases, once you have to deal with aggression, once there's a lot more equations in the mix, as opposed to just a 1-base rifle push.
Oh my god, he just grabbed 2 circlets. He might have Immolation. This is the only thing that makes sense here, if he went Immolation. I know that Sonic really likes Immolation as well, so this might be a timing to try and surprise him. Look, he's going around, and he's gonna reach the expansion where Cash is not around and not ready. Like, if he kills 5 peasants here, that's already such a big win. He would delay the expo so much. But he goes for the tunnel.
Can you just click it down with that damage with the 3 circlets? Yeah, looks like it. The power build is not enough. Depends on how many archers he loses here, but the creeps are helping, this weird AI sometimes. And that's an easy kill for Sonic without too many losses. It's nighttime. Did he? Oh, he didn't cancel, right? Or did he? No.
Even if you cancel this late, like, you are gonna lose a lot of gold and wood anyway.
Whew, that's a rough start for Cash.
Damn, this Demon Hunter is very elusive. So he did go mana burn. Yeah, I think if he had gone Immolation, he would have gone for the peasants. But that's a big cancel, like no tech. And also he was lacking in wood here with Cash, so now he's gonna start that again. But tier 2 is almost finished now for Sonic.
He basically has no resources for the power build, man. That's gonna be late. Tier 2 is on the way. Did he build a Hunter's Hall? Nope. Typical Sonic. Super late. I mean, he can go for the second hero, so it will line up at some degree, but this gives Cash a little more time before the Dryads appear.
Not quite level 3 here, actually. Just very close for the Archmage. That's gonna be annoying. Like, you would love to have Water Elementals level 2 here. If she finally does get one, because right now it's getting mana burn, the Archmage. It's gonna get targeted down, and the Demon Hunter with triple Circlet is on steroids.
Wow. A nice block as well. Naga coming in with the Frost Arrow. Sonic in full control here. And maybe it wasn't the right choice to go for a human.
We got level 3 from one archer.
Okay.
Also, the choice there to try to surround the demon with the AM in the group, that looks like a non-human play, because recovering health on that AM first, very hard to do, certainly much harder than with Orc. And that's level 2 finally for the demon. Now with evasion coming into play, he is suddenly extremely beefy and finding more and more kills. This Expo still not up. This might be a fast 1-0 over here.
Yeah, he's gonna be forced to TP, I think, in a second, though. And Sonik actually is floating a lot of golden wood. A little bit of some anti-macro here.
He's getting so many kills on the way out with the demon. Be careful though. Another footman dead. Wow, there's so many kills. I think he just lost one archer, and that's it.
Yeah, at most. Oh boy. And Dryas will be coming. Imagine if this Hunter's Hall was fast.
Oh my god.
Dryas would be here already.
The Crips. The Mercamp going ham.
The creeps are certainly not in Cash's favor here. First the ensnare from the Murlocs, then the Rock Golem throwing some boulders. MTW needs to spend some money on them.
Alright, I'm gonna make a call now. I think from now on, Cash is gonna play one base rifles.
Yeah, that definitely
Even
looks...
against Reborn, some people, they feel like they're hurt in their pride when they fail with one build. But sometimes you don't have to be too result oriented as well. Like, you lose with the build, but it came down to the execution, and I think like it actually was the case here even too.
Yeah. Certainly.
Not that he lost already, actually. Like, he might be able to get cancelled on the lore here.
Alright, if he pulls the wisps, this should be in time for the repair. Where are the wisps? Forces the TP might be good enough. Oh, that's really close! That was like the last swing.
Okay, that buys him some time. Tech has started for Cash, but only now. No blacksmith for Rifleman. And no shop.
Yeah, Sonik was already floating a lot of gold and wood as well, by the way. Like, he should just start a tree maybe around his expo and then expands. Because he has so much of it now. He's still making wisps to maybe go into Tree of Eternity in a sec.
Player's forces are under attack.
There's a wisp near the expansion, so he could definitely expand behind this. But knowing Sonic, he will not go for the backup plan. He's just having the knife between his teeth and continues to push. That's just him.
There's a bit of danger here for Sonic. There's no TP on the demon and no staff on the Naga. So if the demon gets surrounded, he could actually die, and maybe that's the way back into this game. Good micro here against these footies with the archers, but it's not enough firepower to really hold their ground, so they have to run. Defend, I don't think is done, and certainly isn't on the way. Tier 3, by the way, now coming for Sonic, now more Moonwells, and he could still go for a Tree of Life, actually.
Look at the Archmage. He's like, how the fuck did your Ancient of War end up on this side of the map? Like, what is this doing here? This doesn't even make any sense. That's Sonic for you.
Maybe
Ooh, he's trying to get the lockdown with the Dryad on the Archmage. And synergize with the Naga as well. Oh my god. He needs to run straight down.
so close. There's the first arrow, there's the second arrow. No TP, of course, but the footmen are here for the rescue. Are they?
Wait.
Are they?
The player's forces are under attack.
They go for the surround on the Naga. Can they even kill her, though? There's no defend here. They're taking a lot of damage. Level 2 for the Naga. Now she's got Fork Lightning. She is gonna die here. But she's only level 1 hero. It's not like this hurts so bad.
Yeah, the problem for Sonic is that he's not stuck on one base. He's massing Dryad right now, which is typical Sonic. Nice deny, actually, on this footman here from Cash. Denying a little bit of XP to the Demon Hunter, very important. You don't want that to get level 3 sooner. But yeah, I'm surprised he's not starting a tree around his expo. He might, I think because there is a low amount of towers on the expo, he's just going for an all-in bust. Where you just mass units and then you break through that expo and kill it, and then you win the game from there.
So we do have a blacksmith now, we're getting rifles, but second hero is a Naga to have something quicker on the field. No Mountain King though.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, she's gonna be a tremendous help now against the Demon Hunter. Finally some slow, finally some control. If this demon had gotten boots, Neo, you know how I love my boots. This would have been a disastrous early game for Cash, but he's... I don't know. Has he recovered? How do you like his position now from the human standpoint?
I think it's not bad because if Cash creeps now a bunch, he can get to 80 pretty easily. Like you see, he's already almost close to 50. And then if you creep, you get extra gold, you get items, everything, which you can sell if they're not that useful. So if you can get to 80 and your opponent doesn't have Expo yet, or he just took it, you can usually kill him pretty easily. Like, I know if I was in this position here as Cash, like, it's not the best position of all time, but I'd be pretty happy. See, he's going for Workshop as well. So it's gonna be one barracks. I mean, he's lacking in wood, otherwise I think he would have a second Sanctum. He goes to 52 supply. I can't approve of that though.
Yeah, there's no farm ready. Level 3 for Sonik, finally on the first hero. Might get a kill on the Magi with that. Dryads are being killed by the Footman. Not ideal for sure. Naga's dropping low. Archmage is dropping low. Mana burn for 50. TP out. Is there a kill for Sonik? Yep, he gets the Magi. Fighting here without the Naga. Interesting choice, but okay. Force the TP. Got the item. Not too bad.
Yeah, the problem on this map is that there is enough orange camps near your base that you can still creep comfortably even if the opponent's being aggressive. So even though that was very nicely done here by Sonik, I think, to force the TP and like kill a couple units, and even get the Ogre plus the item, now Cash can easily do the Merc camp and then the lab. If he didn't have access to these two camps, it'd be a much harder game, but now he can do that, and like I said, get much closer to 80 than Sonik will ever be able to, I think, quicker.
Sonik is trying to go for the expansion now. Nice devotion aura for Cash. That will certainly help in the bear fights. Do we get some breakers already? No, it's just sorcerers, rifles, and mortars with that. Can he slow him down enough without a Mountain King clap so that the bears don't get in range?
I think it's more a battle of like mana, where if you have 2-3 sorceresses, you slow everything, and then the dryads can't keep up, removing the slow plus the water elementals. And then even if the bears get close, you can just pull back your units, use healing scrolls and everything. Which in this case, he actually doesn't have any, but Sonik, it's interesting. He's trying to engage, I think, here because he knows that Cash doesn't have 80 yet. But Militia is gonna come to reinforce.
The Footmen are blocking a little more than they should, I guess. Militia are coming in. The damage of the bears is not really ending up on units that do the damage, so Cash can just continue to shoot with everything he has. Naga is a little low, needs to be microed back. Level 4 Demon Hunter becomes a super tank with that level 2 evasion. Still no TP, he's kind of stuck in that fight for now. We play Ring Around the Human Army. Naga coming back in. Focus intensifies. Man, Boots would have really been so good, but he gets the kill in the end. It's so close. Oh, Sonik, if you lose your Demon Hunter right there, there's no Fork Lightning on the Naga at the moment. Rifleman comes in. Can he go for a block, or is the damage enough? It's so close. Oh, no.
Where are the boots?
Oh, Mana Burn kill to get out of the staff from the Naga. Well done.
And some peasants are getting caught on the right side. This is such a Sonik timing, by the way. Like, you talked about it too, Remo. Like, sometimes he gets overly aggressive, and I feel like so many Night Elves here, they would have just been out on the map creeping, taking it easy, but not Sonik. He's like, I got 50, I know you don't have 80 yet, I forced the TP, I'm just gonna re-engage into you when you don't expect it. And as Cash, you're almost caught off guard, and you play worse in that fight because of it. And now, after some very important snipes, I feel like Sonik needs to heal up, maybe take it a little bit easier, and that's exactly what he's not gonna do. He's gonna re-attack.
Naga's gonna come back here for Cash very soon, and he's about to hit that critical mass here, as it seems. He's up at 75 supply now. One more rifle, one more mortar team on the way. I imagine he has the second attack upgrade. He doesn't, actually. That would be a big boon to his army. Playing completely without breakers, by the way. Having lost the shop earlier, of course, he can't remake them, but he could power build the shop if he wanted, but maybe now he feels, you know, time's over for that. But yeah, he's got plenty of damage in his army. That's not the problem, but no sturdy front line, really.
Sonik is such a master of this style. Like, he knows exactly how to get in. Like, see, he's sending the units on the right side. He's actually making Cash's life really difficult here with this. Actually, he gets tanked. Pretty good item to have on one of his heroes here. No TP, by the way, for Cash. So the units on his expo are gonna absolutely smash everything. And Sonic's gonna pull back. Is he really doing this?
Really good attack.
Seems like it. Oh man. I didn't expect this from Sonik at all. He's usually like a brute force kind of guy who uses everything he has to try to smash through the opponent's wall. Here, he created a nice little opening, but a lot of stuff is slowed down. Not enough damage at the moment.
And he got 2 staffs now. So he can just keep running back, staff everything that's about to die.
Yeah. I feel like Night Elves learn that 2 staffs are really, really good.
2 staffs are better than 1. I think it was because of like some Night Elves. They use them so well. I feel like Foggy was like one of the guys that used not only Staff of Preservation, but combined it with Staff of Tele super well. If you see this one time, you have to like jump on that train and be like, okay, I need to do this too. It's just so good.
Expo still standing close to 80 supply. Second attack upgrade started, but of course that needs time. Sonik not really dancing with the Dryad, but the rejuvenation is enough. If the Sanctum falls, he loses a lot of control. Oh boy, no priests, no rifle, no sorceress reinforcements. It's gonna be hard to reach the back line with all that stuff in the middle, but that's a big pickup, I feel. Now Naga in trouble. She has the TP.
And a single bear in the expo. Sonic is he's channeling his Charlie Sheen here. He has 1 gear and that's just go. Doesn't care about creeping.
I feel this is a lot smarter than we are used from Sonic.
Yeah, absolutely. Like these 2-pronged attacks, normally there's only 1 front for him.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's abusing a lot Cash's non-human main race, I guess. Normally, there's always going to be a shop, and if the shop falls, then humans immediately make a new one. It could have been heal potions, it could have been breakers. Also, normally, the expansion is more reinforced. One guard tower only seems pretty damn light. Doesn't rebuy the TP, there seems to be holes in the defense everywhere. But it's still a super powerful army. One thing he's still lacking is the second attack upgrade. It's actually about to finish, and with that, the Bears running into the front, and now we have Blizzard as well. Okay, Cash's army is all damage over here, and the Blizzard is insane DPS against these Bears. But once they connect with the rifle, it's going to be tremendous damage the other way as well. New Blizzard coming in, repositioning there, first staff coming in, saving that Bear. And so far, I think it's mostly Cash losing the units, not Sonic. With the AM almost stuck there against the trees, has to be careful, no TP on anymore on Cash's side. And the Bears somehow are still looking pretty healthy, unlike the AM, who dies without using the heal scroll. That seems like it's it. GG. And the 1-0 for Sonic.
Oh my god, and Naga even had Ank as well. Imagine if you transferred that. That was a sick game by Sonic, I gotta say. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, me too. I totally did not expect this at all. The initial harass was so smart with the 2 circlets, which was pretty much exactly the damage he needed to click down this expansion early on. And from that moment on, everything went in his regard, except maybe losing the lore. That was the only time when Cash was really able to threaten him a little.
And I mean, who does that? Who buys 2 circles like this, goes all the way around
exactly.
and then hits this timing? Like, Cash must have been caught so off guard when that finally got there. He was completely thrown off from the get-go. Still managed to assemble 75 supply though, which is impressive considering the opener, but he had 1 heal scroll. I don't like retraining here. Like, what did Sonic have at the end? It was like, what, 8, 9 bears and 2 dryads? 2 dryads cannot deal with an entire army slowed plus water elementals. So I don't think that retraining is good, but I guess against that many bears, he thought he needed it.
Yeah, I think Sonic was, yeah, for a long time Sonic was without heal scrolls, and maybe Cash thought it's too greedy to go for one, and then it would have been pretty good, but that 1 heal scroll saved a lot, I think. Good game.
Yeah, I was expecting those bears to die way faster. We had so many mortars, so many rifles, plus Blizzard. But by the time the GG came, they were all still above 50, I think? 50%? That was really surprising me.
That's the problem with you, Remo. You always overestimate the human.
There lies my flaw. Yeah, Conceal is going to be our next map. Moving forward, Cash. What do you think? Is he going to try to expand again, especially here on Concealed? I feel like this would be a massive risk.
Yeah, that's the worst map for fast expanding. But I think you can always expand. You can always scout in the start and then adjust. But a lot of the time, you probably shouldn't expand. Usually, the Night Elf creep routes, they are designed to counter and expand. Like if Night Elf goes for Ancient of War creeping on the small camp by their main base, they will then go across the map to kill the small Murloc camp that's near the expo of their opponents to make sure that they're posturing forward and making sure that they don't let it happen. So no, I don't think he should expand.
That's also so great to do with the Keeper, right? You start off with Treants, take the first camp, move south, summon more Treants, get level 2, then you have Entangle, then you're right next to your opponent. Double Wisp detonates against the Water Elementals, there's poison everywhere from the creeps. In short, it's a bit of a nightmare. So I would expect one base play here as well. This was the final map against Foggy, right? This was where he eliminated him, if I remember right. I believe so.
If
By the way,
say
thank
so.
you very much.
Your memory was pretty good recently, so okay, I give you that.
Thank you, Exit on TV for the 17 months, Curdle for the new time sub, and Marshall Spirit over from South America for the 10 months and the less than 3. Thank you very much.
Sweet, thanks. So, Concealed Hill, we have Sonik again with his altar close to his tree. He always does that. Became kind of a signature move of his. So, is it Demon Hunter or Keeper this time?
I expect Keeper.
Me too.
It's Sonic, guys. Come on, I'm surprised not even a Warden. Or a Potom.
Yeah, I could totally see like an Alchemist first again from this guy.
Yeah, Sonic is like such a wild player. It's like really hard to know what he's gonna play, but I feel like if you can get a good vibe of the way he's playing in a game, then you have a really good chance starting to react better to it. It feels like last game, like I know exactly how Cash was feeling. Every single time that Sonic was re-engaging, Cash was thinking, oh my god, he's really coming back and engaging into me on my side of the map. He got caught off guard by it and didn't handle it as well as if he had seen it coming, like all of these attacks.
Oftentimes we'll see Footy, the first one, being sent across the map to scout, and okay, I thought perhaps Cash wasn't gonna do it. Oh, he's gonna do the lab creep, as it seems.
Yeah, if you pull it away, it's just so easy to do compared to before. It's really sick, actually, like this. Like when you can do it and the opponent doesn't creep jack you, you just feel like you're starting the game so far ahead already.
But most humans, the top humans at least that is, we see going for the more traditional creep route of the Ogre Warrior into the green camp. So, why do you think that is, Todd? Is this too punishable, this laboratory camp?
I think if the opponent just comes there, like sees you go there and then just comes, he's gonna kill a lot of peasants. So I think it's not nearly as good, but in this case, oh yeah, see, Demon's there.
Oh, he's thinking about immolation, isn't he? What did he skill already?
Nothing yet.
Oh,
Skill
immolation
point
could have been sick, man.
Skill point still up.
He's trying to pull creeps.
Doesn't really work.
It looks like he overthought it a little. If he was just right-clicking, he could have killed at least one peasant there. Tried to force the ensnare, that didn't quite work. Now he's taking a lot of pot shots. One peasant's gonna die, alright. Gets denied though, and that actually matters. To deny the level 2 here on the Demon Hunter a little bit longer.
Yeah, this is a sick item, by the way. Greater healing. Gives back 500 hit points, but the Archmage has 475. I'll let you do the math. That's 2 Archmages. More than 2 Archmages.
And this Demon Hunter, you can really feel that he doesn't have evasion yet. Melting against the shots right here. This is the last hit for Cash, and another great item, these Closet Attack.
There's fountains on this map, so the Demon Hunter could just be chilling there and waiting to heal up, but it takes a long time as well, so he's actually gonna run all the way back to the main to heal. And this first Demon Hunter, like, attack, don't even know if I could call it an attack, was a complete failure. Got only a single peasant.
It was a tickle.
Yeah, was pretty underwhelming. It looks like Sonic is still expecting the expansion play. There's like archers standing around the human main everywhere. But it's the tech, as we of course can see. Tier 2 is coming in, Blacksmith on the way. That is, however, much slower than the Night Elf tech. I guess that's another downside of this first creep route from the human.
This is really sick though. What Cash is doing, he's getting level 3 with just militia, and he's running for the base of the Night Elf, saying, well, you just won't be ready. You have a demon that's not even level 2. Actually, he does get level 2 now, thanks to killing some of these peasants. Nice catch from Sonic.
Really smart, revealing the archers there and punishing this creep, but Tier 2 is about to be finished. Demon Hunter is surrounded. Do we again have no Hunter's Hall?
We certainly don't.
He was gonna play a Winds? Or did he forget?
I'm pretty sure he forgot.
Yep,
there we go, in the back. And he can so easily cancel this now. We'll have another Water Elemental in a bit. But okay, he's not focusing on it.
And with the archers so far away on the other side of the map, trying to kill those peasants earlier, they're severely lacking in the attack into the main. Now Cash sees the Hunter Soul there in the back, cancels that again, further delaying the Lars. So the tech was way faster to tier 2 for Sonik. Doesn't really do him much as he... Oh no, there we go. Finally gets the second hero. Okay, and with the Naga, should be able to deal with these Phillies.
And it almost feels like that Naga is forced from the attack as well. Like ideally, here a lot of the time, the Night Elf will go... Nice deny, but tournamental. Yeah, a lot of the time here you would want to go for a Panda second. It's like a lot more viable in the later stages of the game. But to defend against this attack, a Naga is just so much better here early on.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Here on Concealed Hills, where it's so much about these red spots as well, and the games tend to go longer, the Panda seems to be the better alternative. But there must be another big push coming, right? I mean, he's on one base. He doesn't want the game to go so long. Counter Naga now.
He's got pretty good damage against the demon. Plenty of footy still left. He's got claws as well. And Sonik going for the shredder and putting in his own bit of damage. Classic Sonik. Committing deep with these archers. Loses one. Loses two. Is perhaps gonna get the Naga. Perhaps not, because she's got the boots as well. And it's only level 1 burn. Doesn't hurt that much.
Yeah, that's a fast one. Should be able to get away, I think, as he's gonna regroup with the army. And Arcane Sanctum is almost finished. Actually, you're halfway through down on his side of the map now. So upon saying this, I think if Cash just resumes creeping, he's in a pretty good spot. As the lore's only now started for Sonik.
6 minutes, 45 seconds into the game and the lore start. This will take forever. And by then, we're gonna have so many rifles to deal with the Dryads. What can he really do from there?
We can wake the creeps. Yeah, and then re-engage now. Just put him in between both. But I guess the army of Cash is still so strong. That Naga is pretty weak though.
Ooh, passes the potion. And that was a nice sip. Naga back to full health. And nice saves here as well. So he's at least distracting. Whoa. Didn't think he had a reveal, but he does.
So who do you guys think... sorry, go ahead.
With him seeing this camp away as well now, like, creeping options become pretty minimal. Ancient of War still in the base. Normally you go for what, like 4 archers, and then the Ancient of War is only busy creeping after that. But with having no Dryads for so long, I guess he had to go for more archers. So these hero levels are a massive problem. This Demon is still far away from level 3. The Naga isn't even close to level 2. And the Demon, usually on 1 base versus 1 base, needs to be the carry here in the later stages.
Yeah, the Ancient of War is not even really anywhere here to help creep any big camps. I guess he's gonna help here with the defense, but the units are just not there. He's going for, actually, he was getting an archer upgrade.
Yeah. No, it wasn't an upgrade, it was an actual archer, so he feels forced...
He had queued the upgrade as well for a second.
Ah, okay.
Maybe my mistake.
He feels forced to get more units here to be able to defend this attack. The Shredder is of course a big help. No Wisps here at the moment. Footmen are really low. Demon Hunter could clean this up perhaps, but he has no items at all. The shop is just finishing in a second, so no staff to get him back. Moon Juice is completely dry, and it's daytime. It just turned daytime actually. It's not gonna be easy.
Yep, this is that push before the bears are ready. This can oftentimes be enough. The shop in the back gonna get taken out. Can he get the Orb of Venom at least before it falls? No, he can't, because Sonik doesn't have the money. Doesn't have the money for anything. I guess he had the money for the Heal Stone, the Moonstone. But that's it. Aiming for the Priest. That one is about to fall, but not really. Dude, Sonik he has nothing to defend his main. And the Naga is gonna fall.
The Shredder, maybe, but that's about it. Trying for hero focus now on the Naga, but the damage is just too high as it seems. No potion, no hero, no GG!
Classic.
Yeah, that didn't go too well. I was gonna ask, who do you guys think are the favorites in this league?
Well, it's obviously Happy. As Happy as just a monster. But I can see Spiral making a very deep run in this.
Cash always up there for me if he plays his best. That's always a bit of a question mark though.
But how can it be that these two games look so different?
Well, it was super aggression against once expansion and once no expansion, right?
Yeah, and also I think the style of Sonic is really hit or miss, like I said. Sometimes, like in game 1, he catches his opponent off guard and then it just looks great. Like he keeps on surprising him with being super aggressive, but then other times like this, like his creep route doesn't make one bit of sense. He's not decisive at all. He doesn't go for immolation in the middle of 5 peasants, kind of by themselves. And then it just looks really bad because the opponents opened with a risky creep, didn't get punished for it, and found a greater healing.
Yeah, and he could have had such a great timing in the mid game with his massive tech advantage if he just had the Dryads right away. Imagine early on tier 2, he gets 1 or 2 Dryads, gets the Naga, and then finds pickoff after pickoff with boots on the demon, gets more and more kills. But yeah, forgetting the Hunter's Hall, plus some serious over-aggression, I think, cost Sonic that game.
That's the thing, like, it can look so great when Sonic gets this snowball running, and if his harass is working nicely, but if not, it looks really, really weak.
Sonic is someone who plays really well when he has momentum, but when he doesn't, he falls apart maybe a little bit easily. I'd like to see a Warden here out of him on Echo Isle. I really think Sonic's pretty good with Warden. And I don't know that Cash would be able to play super well against it.
Me neither. But I feel sometimes if Sonic plays the Warden, he kind of forgets to creep because he's going back into his old pattern of harassing and attacking the entire time. But with a Warden without level 3, that's not working too well.
Doesn't it depend on maps too? Because I think like on some maps like Echo Isle, he's actually one of the best Night Elves that's creeping with his units and Ancient of War while he's harassing with his hero. He does that super well. Him and Lolait, I think, are very good at that.
Yeah, there's no one really close to them, I feel. They are by far the best. So, let's see if it's a Warden, or if we see the third Demon Hunter, or if it's a Keeper, or if it's something completely crazy.
So now with the 1-1, you guys know what that means. We're down to a best of 3. Oh yeah. Question is, was Neo chuckling or rolling his eyes? I'm not quite sure, but
I was laughing about it.
I think it was one of the two, maybe both. Ancient of War down in the south at the Merc camp. That can be a little bit risky. If he was playing against TH, he would have to be afraid of a tier 1 tower push, but probably not with Cash playing like this. I think Sonic should be able to get away with a bit of greed here early on. I don't believe Cash's early game human harassment game is that well practiced. So I think this is a good choice here, going for Echo, going for this creep. And I would as well like to see a Warden. When she first came into the meta back in 2015, it destroyed that matchup oftentimes, and people were hopeless against Lawliant. Todd, what do you think is important in the early game to deal with the Warden, especially when she gets to level 3?
It depends what you're going for. I think like if you're expanding, you just need to get Arcane Towers up quickly to really negate the Warden level 3 being able to do a lot, but the other route is playing aggressive yourself and making sure that you don't let the Warden get to level 3, because when that happens, you're in trouble. But in this case, it's still a Demon Hunter from Sonic, actually.
To me, it kind of feels like the weakest of all 3 options. Like, Keeper would be good to harass and establish an own expansion later. Warden would be super great for damage and harass, and Demon Hunter is kind of, I don't know.
Sonic on this map for a long time, he really liked to do a mercenary push, where he played Demon Hunter, he got the mercenaries on his side of the map, he bought the ones on the other side of the map. And then he did a big push on the expansion, so maybe he's planning to do something like that.
Yeah, true. We've seen a bunch from him, abusing Merc camps all over the place, also sometimes in other maps. Not using the Lightning Shield over here feels it's good enough without. This is of course going to be level 2 for the Demon right away. Oh, first creep gets denied though. He can afford 1 or 2 denies, but certainly don't want to deny the big boy. And Cash scouts this with the footy and is running across with the AM. Is this going to be in time? With there having been no Lightning Shield creep, Sonic still gets the big one, so that's for sure. Pendant.
Now he wishes he had worked on Warden, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's gonna get the footman. Denied. And the Troll Berserker is not available yet here.
Yeah.
This could be really bad for Sonic. He doesn't have a backup Enchant of War.
Uh-oh. Oh, you're right. Double water elemental. Okay, this one is about to expire. These archers can't do too much. The archmage is chased across the map, so no reinforcements really here.
Under attack.
But the shadow priest is suffering hard. Gets the dispel off, but that's about it. Needs a lot of healing for himself. But okay, Sonik salvages it quite nicely. Saves the merc. Pressures the archmage, and
Oh my god!
not
Oh,
saving the
so
merc. I
close.
take that back.
He needed to
So
heal
close.
Stutter Step, but didn't quite.
Yeah, this is awkward because now, I guess he hasn't really lost like many wisps or anything, but Sonic's about to buy the Troll Berserker. Unless Cash can steal that. He was looking to do it actually, he sent a footman there.
There we go.
And usually here this was the part where before the first player who bought the boots would have a really nice advantage, but now there's 2 pair of boots. So unless you're willing to invest a little bit extra and sell the second one, it's gonna be 1 pair of boots versus 1 pair of boots, and nobody really gets an advantage. Oh my god,
shop
Cash didn't get
delay!
it!
He didn't consider the shop delay. That's
And now he's
definitely
trapped.
a little slow. I can go out the right side.
No,
No, he can't.
You can't go out on the right side. Archmage is fat.
Player's
It's really stupid. If you go in there and there's somebody behind you, either you buy stuff. You didn't know that? Oh my god. It's a well-known fact. That's why you can't, like, you're supposed to do move command onto the ogre or like the right berserker, but don't go
Yeah.
in there. If you do, you can't get out if you're low on HP. Because even if you staff, you're gonna die
Can't-
before a lot of the time.
Can the Blade Master get on that side?
No, I don't think so.
GG.
Really?
That's what you get from off racing, mate.
Oh my god.
Oh well.
What a disaster.
Do you know how many games I've lost before I learned that?
Yeah, the level 1 harass there really didn't do too much for him. And I think this is one thing that every non-human main has a tough time grasping. Like, it feels to me, from an observer standpoint, when you have AM, you never want to trade hits. Never.
Yeah, you need
Against
to
the
run.
other first hero. You always have to run. And you know, Cash is oftentimes a little bit more liberal. He's like, yeah, come on, let's trade some hits, you know. But then suddenly AM is 200 HP because he starts with 450, and then you can't do anything anymore.
You know, I was stubborn for so long about this. Like when the Blade Master would come to my side of the map, like I played Zakard at BlizzCon a long time ago. And he would come to my side of the map and only target my hero. And I would have my entire army, aka 3 footmen, sometimes some militia, water elemental, and my archmage there. He would start targeting my hero, and I wouldn't run. I would just be like, alright, I'm just gonna target him. You wanna target me? I'll have an entire army targeting you. Except, he would do a lot of damage, he just win walk, and then kill my archmage, and then escape with 1 HP. And then one day I was talking about it with Grubby. He was like, you do know you're just supposed to run. And I was like, no, I don't wanna run. I just wanna be there and like fight him, you know? Like, this is stupid. Like, I just wanna kill him.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually I came to accept you're supposed to run when you're being targeted. It's the same with, you know, Farseer and 2 wolves. You can't just stand there.
All right.
So now we have the lead for Sonic moving into map number 4. Arguably the best map for humans. What did Sonic veto? AZ, right?
Yeah.
That was the weird thing.
Yeah.
Normally we always see Terranas vetoed by the Night Elves if they do have a veto. Merc Camp is very easily accessible. Expansion is very easy to set up. And it gives you a nice easy level 3. So pretty much all the early game checkboxes ticked for human if Cash wants to play it that way. However, earlier expansion didn't work out too well for him. Certainly expected to be the attempt here though again. And
So-
this is also an outstanding Warden map, but it's almost feels like Sonic is set now on his first hero choice for his current game plan, and that seems to be the Demon.
So we got a
Yeah,
couple
I
of
mean,
seconds. Ah,
If
sorry.
you wanted to use it, I think it'd be now. But yeah, he's probably gonna go Demon because it's Sonic. He doesn't give a damn about anything.
It is.
Cash plays MK, that surprises me a lot.
Ooh, he's getting hard countered there with the Demon Hunter on Sonic's side.
Yeah. Having seen Demon 3 times already and not being a human main, still playing MK first, that's pretty ambitious.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. It's very hard to make Mountain King work against Demon Hunter. There is a few ways you can do it, but you need to play very differently than you would against other heroes, especially if you fast expand. And also, there's a chance factor on the build order that Night Elf does. Like if Night Elf scouts early on that it's a Mountain King, and he drops the second Ancient of War and Huntress Soul, I don't think you can hold an attack on the Expo. You're gonna lose that game every single time to Huntresses, APs, Ballistas. So the thing is, I don't think Sonic's gonna
A
do that.
player's forces are under
I
attack.
think he's just gonna attack, but we'll see. He spots the Mountain King now.
So he saw it. Creeping starts on both sides. He's not running over right away, but cleaning this one with Lightning Shield this time. So this is gonna be a little faster. We see no Hunter's Hall reaction. Okay, is he creeping with Clap? Yep. Alright.
Yeah, this is even worse too. If you go like if you go Stormbolt, then at least you can get bash against Demon Hunter. But Clap plus Stormbolt against Demon Hunter, yeah, you're gonna use one of these.
Yeah, I feel
Cash
like...
denied one of the creeps. Or
Again?
stole one of the creeps.
Ah. Oh, and the Merc. The Shadow Priest goes to Cash.
That's
Not
also
bad.
so risky though. What if the Shadow Priest dies and then he doesn't have one on his side of the map? It's working out, I guess.
Oh, he's gonna block him. One mana burn in one hit.
Stormbolt.
Okay. Got it.
Oh, that was way overkill. Oh my god.
Oh no, he's not a control group. That's what you get. Mana burn kills.
Aye. That's really annoying. Okay, yeah, here's the second one though. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's 400 gold for Shadow
Oh
Priest.
my god. Second Ancient of War and Huntress Soul.
Whoa. Okay.
Get out of the game, Cash. You
A
just
player's
lost.
forces are under attack.
Yeah, I feel like level 3 is not really realistic at the moment for this Mountain King. Then he could deal with the Huntress, I guess, if he gets some mana. Which he doesn't have. It's only a level 2 Demon Hunter, so it might be possible.
He was thinking about stealing the Troll Berserker. But I think, yeah, he knows there's at least one Stormbolt. And there's enough footmen to go for a cleanse around here, so... Sonic actually, like, why is he attacking this farm? Like, this is not really achieving anything.
A player's
He's gonna get
forces are
surrounded.
under
Alright, well,
attack.
that's a TP.
Is that stuck? Oh, yeah. it is.
Yeah. Huh.
Typical Sonic. Well, actually, he's making it comfortable right now. He's like, oh yeah, you're doing well. Just go ahead, take the expand. You surrounded me. Very well played. Go ahead. You're really
If that
far
was
ahead. You
actually
really outplayed me.
intense, that would be pretty next level. But if it wasn't, this was pretty sloppy. Like, what if he just hangs around in the shadows here? What if he just sends an archer invis there to scout, and then once the creep camp begins, then the demon comes in, then he's right-clicking, then he's mana burning?
And then you wake up. 'Cause that's never gonna happen.
Sonic opens up the natural.
Yeah.
2 Ancient of War into Counter Expo?
No, he's gonna. I think he's gonna go for the attack with APs and usually ballistas.
Oh my god,
You
he's
just
gonna
can't
use the
hold.
big healing for the creep camp. Sonic! Almost
Yes,
doesn't
tactical
get into the
unit.
creep.
That would be such a classic Sonic to lose the hero right there. But okay, he's giving Cash some time to get comfortable with this Mountain King, who is level 3 now. Unfortunately for him, no mana items at all. No one is teching at, what are we, 5 minutes in the game or so. Really weird to see.
He's supposed to start sending wisps across the map for APs if he wants to make APs. But so you can also just get a ton of Huntresses and break through the Expo, because usually there won't be enough towers. Oh my god, he tries to expand. What in the actual fuck is he doing?
This is so counterintuitive, kind of. But okay, he's gonna get... No mercs?
Actually, you know what's funny? The expand gets cancelled, and now he sees his wisp. He's like, it might trigger his mind, and he might be like, alright, APs maybe? But no, he's
Yeah.
trying to re-expand! What are you doing, bro?
If he just sends 1 or 2 Huntresses towards the expansion, this would also be so hard to deal with. There's only
Yeah.
gonna be a single arcane.
No, but like, if you just make 2 APs, even 1 AP near the Expo, and then you make ballistas, it's over. Like, you just can't hold this, I think, with Mountain King. Without water elementals. Like, I've seen so many games like this, and the human just never wins. It's so weird that he would go Mass Tier 1 and then expand.
Yeah. This should just mean like safe sailing for Cash until tier 2, then go into a couple of rifles, and then the rifles eat these Huntresses for breakfast. If backed up by...
Yeah. I think it was TH that played like this a while back, where he went Mountain King and then he did 2 racks rifles and stayed tier 1 for like a really long time. But he was against Keeper. Against Demon it's much harder.
So we're getting the blacksmith. to have some piercing damage, at least in the absence of water elementals, plus the mercs, of course. I don't think Sonik can really break this at the moment. Maybe if he gets some more new mercs, I don't know.
With his presence here in the north, though, it is a guarantee now that his expo is going to be coming up. Yeah. He needs to start teching soon, though. He already did start teching, so that's okay. And now he notices, my hunts are actually kind of good right here. Let's try to take a fight.
Mountain King took a lot of damage there, and of course we don't have tier 2, we don't have potions on this Mountain King, so he has to relocate.
It's so nice to have greater healing, like the greater invuln under a shop, because when you use it, you can use Scroll of Regeneration and then Clarity immediately.
Oh yeah, true.
And because he's Orc, for sure he would do that as well. Because he's used of doing that stuff with the Blade Master. He's buying a lot of mercs actually behind this.
Oh yeah. Feels like he doesn't need that much time though to kill a lot of... But there's no TP, has to go for the potion soon. Of course, no mana on this Mountain King. Playing with fire again, man. But yeah, this is gonna be a lot of experience. First footman kill. Rifle caught off guard. Demon playing with the thought of diving.
A player's forces are under attack.
See, like, you see how well he's doing here? Imagine if he had 2 APs there and Ballista's coming.
Oh, this region scroll has so much value now.
Maybe it's his plan though. He's just expanding and he's letting the demon level up a bunch and eventually he'll get level 6.
And then he's pushing with APs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chimeras. No, this was really weird the way he played this.
Feels like it makes no sense, but in Sonic's mind it definitely did. We're gonna get a lumber mill for guard towers, we get attack upgrades. It is only 1 rifleman surviving on top of the 2 berserkers. That's still okay to deal with stuff. Sonic's tier 2 tech is about to finish, same goes for Cash, pretty much the same time. And Cash
so now it's like we're gonna enter the next phase of this game where like you get to decide as the human how aggressive you want to play. And what second hero, you know, everything's super important. Do you go Blood Mage or do you go Archmage? Do you go double Arcane Sanctum for a lot of casters? Do you want to attack before the Night Elf gets a lot? Like, all of these things are going to be like super important for both players to decide how they want to do it like properly. Because the same applies for Sonic. Like, does he get a second hero now? Which one?
He got level 4, so I think he should go for a second hero. There's still quite some camps on the map, but here comes Cash with a Zeppelin drop onto the expansion. Without water elementals, and a lot of piercing damage, and Sonic reacting immediately to it.
Sonic, by the way, the 51 supply. How do you feel about that, Todd?
No comments. He actually has a lot of wood even. He started the wind. He wants to shut down that Zeppelin as soon as possible. I like it. Still gonna need some lores though, I guess.
Cash just saw Sonic's army and saw, okay, you're all hunts, so this should trigger him to go heavy now on the tier 2 and should give him a very good fighting opportunity very soon. Has the AM coming, double Sanctum in the main, and a Shredder as well, by the way. Cancels the wind.
Yeah, Cash finds the wind, and that's gonna be so annoying for Sonic as he constantly has to deal with the Zeppelin. More mercs for Sonic, especially the anti-air is important right now. Demon Hunter has an Invul Potion, can take some more damage. Muddy dies immediately, as always, poor fella.
Oh, the Zeppelin!
Yep, is down now thanks to the mass AoE, and got a TP out soon. A heal scroll would be worth 1,000 gold right now, but Cash is losing everything! Oh... What more? Wow, that was a lot of exit kills.
Keeps the important units though, right? He lost the Shadow Priest only. Keeps the Berserker alive. Couple of footies died.
He had 2 Berserkers, he lost 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could have definitely been an earlier TP, but okay. Doesn't lose the MK, keeps the rifle alive, I guess. And is going into upkeep now. Cash seems to be looking for a timing. With sorceresses on the way, priests, rifles.
I think it's Sonic that's looking for timing.
Yeah.
He never went lores.
Yeah.
He's just massing hunts, he's getting +2 attack. And he's gonna go for a bus with mass hunts. What is this?
And without his Demon Hunter, who has no staff and is on the other side of the map. Okay, he's playing a little bit of StarCraft right there. Cash getting the first kill.
Doesn't he have to go tier 3, buy time for bears, and in the meantime drop hunts or something weird? Like,
You don't have to do a damn thing except what he wants to do. It's Sonic, man.
And so far, it's working okay, I guess. 60 supply.
A protection scroll would be amazing with that many hunts.
Yeah.
Player's force.
Oh, I guess a mana burn on the Mountain King. Ooh,
He has a
2
protection.
scrolls available for the human player.
Yeah, he got 2 heal scrolls and the protection. Could be nice, but he's losing quite some footmen. But they are okay, I guess, soaking up the damage. Does he have enough in the tank to hold this is the question. Archmage super low. Went for Water Elementals first. Interesting choice.
Level 5 about to be reached.
Yeah. Dude, is he actually gonna get level 6 this game? This is bonus experience for the... MK surrounded!
Oh, no.
No way! Invul though, Invul. I didn't, forgot about the Invul. Okay,
it's-
should be fine.
Yeah, and then he will have scroll. But he can't. Oh, he's still surrounded.
Yeah.
He can't escape.
Oh my
Freeze, do some
god.
healing, do something.
5.5 demon.
That's gonna be level
5.6.
6.
God.
Oh my god. I called it.
Metamorphosis soon.
The genius.
Call
The
to
misunderstood genius of the scene.
arms. And he's stuck again. Is it enough though? He's
gotta
so
get level
close
6.
to 6.
2 more kills, 2 more kills. MK's dead!
MK's
MK's actually dead! No way!
Metamorphosis and everything is stuck together. This AoE wrecks Cash, who's getting 3 wands. Unexpected result, man. Cash was one of the invited players to this tournament. Sonic came in this via qualifier. And yeah,
What the hell was this, dude? What was that game?
Sonik doesn't need an invite. He creates his own invites. Oh, that was really sick, I gotta say. Like, I didn't see this game plan coming through at all, but I don't know, actually, did Cash maybe not respect this attack as much? Because usually you see a bunch of hunts here, you're like, alright, like, what is
Yeah.
this joke? I'll
Yeah.
just crush him.
Yeah.
He didn't send militia. He had the Shredder that took forever to finally come in. And he could have even pulled back behind his wall even more than that, and then, like, it would have been easier to defend too with all his ranged units.
that
But
felt.
then again, I'm just back-sitting from here, from my room, so...
That's what we love to do, man. That's what we're here for. But that's what we do for pretty much 5 years, and it seems to be quite okay with the guys out there. But yeah, it's just seriously Sonic. I mean, it could be good if your opponent isn't too used to his race, and then you play these super off-meta timing things where you're pretty much not ready for. Maybe it was the good idea for Sonic to do that. I mean, in the end, he won, so it was a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think the plan was just to catch him off guard as well, and
That
he executed pretty well, I think, too. Grabbed enough scroll, and
Yeah, it's so risky though. What if there's 2 towers at the expo, 2 in the main, and he's just sitting there with priests and turtling? Game's over. But all right, works out that time.
So, the 3 winners so far, Happy, Spiral, and Sonic. 2 of them I wouldn't have guessed, but okay. Cash goes down to the lowest round. That means 1 more loss and he's eliminated from W League Europe, where we have 1 spot for the offline tournament to China and $1,500 on the line as well. Our next game is the main event of the day. It's going to be X-Lord versus Hawk. Of course, we're going to stay in this TriCast combo, and we're going to get the players in and then have another best of 5. You guys, check out the links in the stream description if you want to support us or find us on our social media. You have enough time for that. Be right back in 5 minutes, and then Hawk versus X-Lord.